Welcome back. Today I'm going to walk through and show you my 2025 printable prayer journal. So this is the prayer journal that you print off yourself, you laminate, and you can, punch the holes and put it in any kind of binder you want. At the end, we will talk about binders and I'll show you binders. I have this really cute one. It's not one I'd even actually recommend for this prayer journal just because it doesn't close and it's not very big, but it is very cute and my binder's not here yet. But I will talk about binders at the end. And then I'll be doing another video that really shows the like my personal setup. But right now I just want to do this video just to show you what the actual prayer journal looks like. I have not used it yet, so this is exactly what you will, like everything you can print off for the prayer journal, and I'll show you stickers too. Okay, so first, if you are new here, this is, like I said, printable. There are several versions. There's an A5 version. There's an A5 version where you print on A5 paper, and then there's an A5 version where you print on letter size paper and you cut it down. And then there's also a letter size version this year. And so the letter size version, you print off letter size and you will actually, it's a little bit different, but you will also get tabs with that one. And so, but this one is the A5 version. Okay, so first of all, we have our cover page. And then we have this space to write the date. So the date that you use this journal. Again, it's undated, but I would typically just write 2025 so that I know that I was using this in 2025. And then you have a space to write a prayer for the journal. And then we have the first section. Okay, so one of the major changes I did this year is there is no longer a war room section. There is still the tabs, but there's a few reasons. I wanted to kind of move away from war room just because, first of all, I think it was confusing. A lot of people didn't understand what it meant, and so I was always explaining what it meant. And then just there's a book and movie that went with it, but I think I don't always like using stuff like that because, sometimes the people who created it can go off maybe theologically, and then I don't agree with it, and then I don't feel comfortable recommending it. And so I really wanted to come up with something else. And so the War Room is gone. It's still actually here. It's just there's no War Room tab. So here's what we have now. We have a prayer tab, okay? Which War Room was, what it really was topical prayers. And so we still have that here. I just don't have a tab that says War Room. And also now everything is in one tab called prayer. So this is the prayer tab. Looks like this. And then you get this tab here, which says monthly. Now, again, you don't have to set it up like this. The great thing about having a binder is you can set it up however you want. And so you can print off everything. You can just pick and choose what you want to print off. There's also several ways to do it where some people will just print the monthly pages and they won't even print any of the topical stuff. And then there's some people that don't do this and they print this, and you can do either one. And so that's what's kind of nice about it being here if you do prayer, rather than having a war room tab like we had right here. And then if you don't do prayer, like war room is your first tab, it's just kind of right there in the middle, kind of awkward. Now you just, everything is behind prayer and you choose what you want to print. Okay, so we have prayer and you can print these. So this says monthly, and then we have daily and we have topical. So if you're going to do monthly, you can print this off. And there's two types of monthly sections. There's a condensed version and there's a more expanded version. The expanded version is for those who are not going to do topical. So as I said, you could literally just take this topic stuff and not even print it, take it out, and all you would do is use these. So this looks like this. You write the month, you write who he is. So you write an attribute of God that you want to focus on, maybe a praise of God. You could write some verses. You have a blank section to do whatever you want with. You could write, if you have one thing on your heart that you really want to pray on, maybe you have a verse that you want to write, or maybe a quote that you saw. You can kind of use this for whatever you want. And then you have memorize and meditate. So again, verses you might want to memorize that month, or just verses you want to focus on. And then you have big prayers. And then you have upcoming. And this year, this is a little different. So we have a calendar. So you can actually write the dates and you can fill out the calendar. And then you have my heart, goals, marriage, husband. You have 3 blank sections. And I usually, use these for my kids. You can do your work. You can do specific people, just any other, if you're really dealing with anger or you need to practice patience, you could do patience. You could do your small group. There's a lot of different options, but just blank sections. So you write the topic and then you write what you're going to pray for. Then you have family, friends, church, the world, salvation, and then another 3 blank sections, and then answered prayers. Okay, and then answered prayers looks like this on the back. So this is the more expanded version. And the reason I say that is because if you're using this one, you might not be using all the topic ones, because like things like marriage and husband, you know, with the topics, you get one that's marriage and husband. So that's why I say this is for people that if you just want a very simple thing and you just want to print this, and every single month you want your pages done, you can print this. And do remember, if you're doing, because it's a PDF, you can take pages out. So if you are maybe feeling like, hey, I'm not married and I don't even need to pray for my marriage or my husband, or, you know, I don't have that, you could delete this page, obviously take it out of the Dropbox. And if it's on your computer, delete this page and you could duplicate this page, and then you could create your own thing. So do remember that. That's kind of the nice thing about this, is you can switch pages around, do it however you want. But that is the main monthly section. Okay, this is the condensed version. So this for me personally is what I'm going to use, because I also use the topics. Okay, so same thing, who he is, you got your blank section, memorize, meditate, big prayers, upcoming, and then you have 3 blank sections, and answered prayers. And even for me personally, I actually usually don't even print off this page. So I just do this page and this page, and then I do all the topics. Okay, and we'll get to the topics, but the topics are some of those that you see here. Okay, so again, you can print it off however you want. You could just do monthly and that be it for your prayer section, or you could print out all. And then the other one we have is daily. So if you followed me for a while, you know I like to do daily prayers, and I will just, you know, use like this page. I might even use like one of these pages here, or I will use one of the pages that say things like praise, confess, you know, and that kind of stuff is in the studio. And so that's where I could put it. I could put it all behind here. Okay, and then you have topical. This is where all the topics are. So this is kind of the same, kind of different from last year. So one thing that's different is I did change the tabs. So they are a little bit smaller. Last year I did them big and we could only fit 3. Now they're smaller, so we have more that we can fit. And I think I like them. Okay, so we have my heart. And then the next one we have is husband and marriage. And here's another change, is I did some combo tabs. So if you are someone who doesn't want to have all the like have as many dividers, you can do one of the combo tabs. So you get marriage and husband, and then you also get marriage and you also get husband. So I printed them off because I want you to see, but you would kind of choose. If you want to just do marriage and husband, you would not need to print these, and you would just use this one, and all your prayers for your marriage and your husband would go behind this. If you like having it separate, then you could print off both and you would not need to print this. So they're all included in the download. So just as you're printing, just make sure you know which ones you want, and you know, you can highlight it and just print this one, just print this one, or however you want to do it. And they're also all in the same location, so that no matter what you choose, you're not going to be messing up like the order of your tabs. So that's one of the combo ones. Children and motherhood is another combo one. So we have this, but we also have children and we also have motherhood separate. And then the other thing I did is I made these mini ones, and this is if you are going to do this. So if you do children and motherhood, there's these mini ones. This one just has a little vine on it, and I thought that would be cute to put your kids behind, and you could even print it off however many kids you have. If you have 3 kids, you can print this off 3 times, and it'd be almost like a divider for each kid. So you could do your first kid, and then do another one and do your second kid, your third kid, or however many kids you have. And then this one here says motherhood. So just another kind of way to separate those different sections. But if you didn't want the big tabs and you just want small tabs, you also have that option. Okay, so children, motherhood, then we have home, and then we have another combo one. So we have homeschool and school, and then we have homeschool. We also have school, and I forgot to print it off. But so you have 3 of those. So again, you can choose. And the reason I did that one is I know not everyone, some people might do both. I have my daughter that we homeschool, but I also have 2 kids that do go to school. And so rather than having all the tabs, I think I'm just going to do this, and I can just put prayers behind it for my homeschool, and then I can also put prayers behind it for my kids, each kid's specific school that they go to. Okay. And then we have another combo tab. This is called my loves. So this would be family, friends, anyone close to you, but then we also have family and we also have friends. So again, you can kind of do either. My thought process was I might do just like family and friends behind here and just one tab for like anyone close to me. That's really not my husband or my kids. And that would be my loves. But if you don't like that, you can, do one for family, one for friends. Okay, then we have work, finances, salvation, the world, church, feelings and heart attitude. So this one is like our memory cards in the studio. We have a card called feelings and heart attitude, and behind it we have things like patience, anger, hope, all that kind of stuff. And so that was kind of my thought. Instead of doing a tab for anxiety, for words like I have in the past, I thought it would be cool to just have it here, and then anything you're kind of working on, identity wise, character wise, could go back here. And then we do have mini tabs. So we have words, we have anxiety, word this year. So if you are someone who chooses a word this year, you can put that back there. Identity, and then anger. So just some cute mini tabs, and you can just put your pages behind there. And then we have this battle belongs to him. And that is it for that section. And then the pages you get behind those section is this one. So you get this blank one. It has these cute little vines. And then you have this one. So you could do the three. So like for me, I usually use this one a lot, and I'll put it, so if I was going to put it behind any of them, if I was to put it behind my heart, I would put the date here. So I would put November, December, January, and then I just write, like bullet point some prayers. But if you want, you could also use this one, and just then you have more freedom. You can write whole prayers, you could write bullet points, and like put your month here, write bullet points, and then when you're done, put your next month. So then you have more flexibility with this one. But those are the pages that are included in that section. Okay, next we have gratitude. So this is the gratitude tab. And for this one, I gave you guys, we have 2 pages. So we have just a blank one that just says thankful, content in all circumstances. And you can just write your gratitudes. And then we also have this page, which is a line a day. So the intent is for you to just write, if today's the, 5th, then you'd go to the 5 and you'd write something you're thankful for, write a truth, however you want to do it. But you have one, it goes to 31. So some months you won't need all of those, but you have it for 31 days. And then this is the back of that page, and it's just a month in review. Because this will last you the whole month, I thought it'd be cool to have like a month in review page. So you could do this at the beginning of the month, at the end of the month. You could even do, I feel like I would probably do this part, laying at his feet, at the beginning of the month. Like, what am I laying at his feet this month? Put that down, and then this would be at the end of the month, which is thankful. So just some main things you were thankful for this month, and then this is how I saw God move this month. Okay, and then you got that blank page. So that is the gratitude section. And then we have declare truth. Nothing really changed with this section. I still really like the, truth about God, truth about who God says I am. So that's what those pages look like. And then you have a who he is section. So for this, we've got attribute of God. So you write the attribute here, you write some Bible verses, and then you write how you've seen this in your life. So you can just take different attributes of God and do that. And then we also have this page, the back is the same. We have this page, which you write the attributes. So if you say God is loving, you could write loving, and then you could just write a bunch of verses. You could write commentary, just anything that has to do with God being whatever attribute you wrote. So that is what that page looks like. And then our last section is scripture memory. So I don't think I've ever included scripture memory before, but I thought I would include that now because I feel like it kind of goes along with prayer journaling. So this is our scripture memory section, and it just looks like this. You write the scripture here. You can write some notes, but then you just write it over and over again to help you memorize the scripture. And then you also get this page which says study, meditate, and dig deeper. And that way you can take additional notes about that verse. So those are the main sections. And then you do get some dashboards, which these are just dividers. I always stick one in the back of my binder because I feel like it helps keep everything together. so that you don't have like loose pages when you're closing it. And then I will keep one usually in my gratitude section. And because if you laminate them, the nice thing is that you can like stick pictures on them. So a lot of times I will stick like some pictures on them, washi tape some pictures, and it just serves as almost like a bookmark. So you can just, flip to here and you know where your page is. So you can put those in any section you want. And that is what the prayer journal looks like. Let me show you the stickers. So the stickers, we have our answered prayers, of course. So these are all little A's, and it's just as you're writing down your prayers, if something is answered, I will just take a little A and put it right next to it. And so I know that it was answered. So we have these banner ones, these circle ones, these say answered. We have other sticker ones, and then we just have some cute vines and stuff like that. And then we have the months. So this is where I put these here. So instead of writing the month, I would put it here. And you have lots of them. I think you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 of them. So you can, put it right here. You also have 2025, a bunch of 2025 stickers. And then even if you like behind my heart section, you have a blank page. If you're using one of these, then you can just put it at the top, and then those are your prayers for November or whatever. Okay, and then we have topic one. So I took all of these topics here and made them into stickers. So you have, marriage and husband, finances, the world, my loves, just all of those in sticker form. If you are wanting to, put maybe like to kind of name this page, you could put my heart right at the top, and then you would know what this page is for. Obviously, it'd go behind the tab, but if you're not doing the tabs, I thought these would be helpful too, because you could, name these sections here if you want. So those are the stickers. Okay, so that is what the prayer journal looks like. For the binders, let's talk binders real quick. So this binder I bought off Etsy. It's really cute. Like, look how cute it is. And I just thought it was so cute, not very big. And I was just trying to find binders that I could show you guys, because if you followed me for a while, you know that I use the scalloped binder from Felicity Jane, and she's no longer in business. And so as much as I want to continue using it, and I do use the same binder over and over. A lot of times when I'm done with a prayer journal, I move it to a different binder, and I, will use the same binder. But I am going to do something different this year. So first I thought I was going to try this. As you can see, it's stuffed. Like I could barely fit this stuff, so I haven't even started using the journal yet. So I won't be able to use this. I'll use this for something else, but it was very cute. Found it off Etsy. It also doesn't even close because of the tabs. So what I'm going to use this year is I'm going to use the Citrus Twist journal. So I bought one of those binders. It's not here yet, and that's why I'm not showing you. But I'll do another video next week actually walking through me putting my prayer journal in there, showing you last year's prayer journal, and just kind of walking through. But I'm going to use that one, and that way I can actually do my daily prayers too, because if you've followed me for a while, you know that I actually have 2 binders. I have a topical binder, so I have all my topical stuff, and then I have a separate daily one just because there was so much. But the Citrus Twist binder is so big that I think everything will fit in there. So I'm literally just going to take all this and put it in there. But that is what it looks like. The letter size one comes with tabs that you can print off. You could print them off on just regular cardstock if you want, but they are actually positioned to be printed off on my tabs. So if you're in the studio or if you purchase this, you know what tabs I use. You'll get a link to it too. So you can print them on that and tab it that way. Or you could also use the stickers too. So you could, of course, take these stickers and put them on some kind of other tab you want to use and do it that way. But that is my prayer journal. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, it is undated, so you can start anytime, and I hope you enjoy it.